It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0.
Entering play call screen.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Howell, first play, going to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Entering play call.
This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
The play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Short throw here, the tight end Bates. 2 yards, good enough for first.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Powell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow the completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, or these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
You talk about this Miami defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league. And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Howell throwing on third down here.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick. No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Inside zone split.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB stretch is selected.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
The CD here, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one thrown underneath to A-Chain.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost and make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Medium pass. Choice. Dolphin spot.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one.
Entering
Let's go
play
get
call,
that.
choice,
Ended up picking up 2.
Concept, kick pass, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside, 24, AHB zone WK.
All right.
First carry of the game for the Aggie alum, Devon A-Chain.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago.
pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's A-Chain. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. And pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Powell, another throw on 2nd down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's 3rd and 6. Powell now to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide and open and dropped it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On play action, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Play action, now it's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Enter, drive flood. Concept, medium pass, quick pass, arch, run. Inside, 20, HB zone WK.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. H.A. now up the middle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
First down, they go back to A-Chain. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
24 zone open.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Hill going to go in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Stop short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still leading 11 here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Hill diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
There are I-form. Close. Podgy thread. Stutter goes.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to A-Chain. Well, he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A-Chain with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff Jeep left is selected.
Dick Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open window coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. All right, check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 12 carries, 51 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Faking the handoff, Howell. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Howell. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this returnable for Hill. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami set to take over. They got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Haji Red, stutter goes.
And this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. Good footwork at the 30. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
AHD ISO, Pocket Flow, AHD ISO.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Entering play
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right, it was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Power O. AHD ISO.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. It's A-chain on the give. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss running in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now, because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme, come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Flood, drive, Papelon sale, flood, Papelon sale.
Here's 3rd and 9. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Entering play call, flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options. Drive, flood, Papelon, flood, Papelon sale.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. In motion, Hill. Now 2 are going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Entering play call, flood, there, concept, there, play action, pass, keep, media, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, there, power. 26-2, AHD base.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Zone WK.
On the handoff, it's A-chain. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Entering
Calling no
play
gain
call
that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
39 options, HB inside zones, 24 zone open. AHB zone WK. Concept, there are 9 cap. Formation, I form. Type, AHB stretch. AHB ISO.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Wilson. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Delay of game, offense.
And just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Here's A-Chain. And able to work his way down to the 16. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 8. A run now from A-Chain. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Concept, play action, deep pass, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside, 24 zone, AHB zone WK.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. A-Chain diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely
categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, keep left selected.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now, 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 19-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howell. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Rough incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now Howell. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Brandon Jones gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Oh, nice move. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Devon A-Chain in the offense ready to go once again. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going with it. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching.
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay, well, that's a champ in my book.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Base.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. Oh, what a juke into space. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Entering play call, 26-2, AHP base.
On first, they'll go back to Wilson. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
26, AHP base.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll run again with Wilson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Inside zone, 24 zone, AHP zone WK.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Now run by H.A. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Real advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Personnel, there are 9. Play type, there are 9. Concept, screen pass, play action, keep pass. Flood, there are 10 categories. You have 14 options. 5 experts are also selected.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it.
Play call.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why do you call play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. Tua on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. What a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball. But instead, it turned out to be a touchdown, and they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
Sanders on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
You have 6 options.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
Entering
Fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
A lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the counter, this is Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 14, first down, Commanders.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go now.
First down, Howell to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. He showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second down and 6 now. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short game. And of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Got it. Ready?
2nd and 10.
Jack, Panther. Bronco switch. Bronco, go.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Floating one, incomplete. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll go play action. Howell. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Rock and roll, baby. If we don't make a play, we're not going to win, baby.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Action pass. Keep pass. Flood. Error. Drive flood. Pylon. Flood. Regional scissor. Empty flood switch. Putty flood. Empty flood switch.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 2nd down.
Entering play call, drive flood, Pa-X, Putty flood, Pa-Flood, Pa-Jet sweep, Regional scissor, empty flood switch.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is intercepted. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Washington offense set to take over again. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10
at their own 44.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Robinson with another carry.
A little juke. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they won't bump that to his resume reel, but that might be one of the best 1-yard runs I've seen.
There are 7 categories.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Entering
Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
You have 14 options. X versus cross is selected.
Off a play action. Tagovailoa. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row. First down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
X versus cross. Drive flood.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
You have 14 options. X versus cross is selected.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Play call, drive flood.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On play action, here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Sanders
there are
now
9
to have the extra
categories.
point.
You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Al down to throw it. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Chargers who are on top in the 2nd quarter. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Mac Hollins, a touchdown reception. It's been Devon Achane who's had the strong first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
Defend short pass, defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Left selected.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here's they begin their first series of the 2nd half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back.
Entering instant call chat step coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center is selected. Entering in player name J. Taylor. Player name J. Wilson Jr. Position HG. Injury type chest. Injury length TBG. Injury length 3 weeks. Injury length 4 weeks. Injury length 4 weeks. Injury type torn bicep. Position LT. Player name T. Armstead. Commander select. Player name Estoni. Player name A. Rogers. Player name T. Upk. Entering. Concept. There are 9 categories. Option. Quick pass. Run. Inside. 24. AHD zone WK.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
H.A. now up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Entering
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
.24 zone open. AHP zone WK.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll run for it with H.A.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Entering play call in 24 zone open.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion, Hill.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call inside zone.
Cody Martin there to bring him down.
39 options.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder
selected.
how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Entering play
12
call.
yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to H.A. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Entering play
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Again, it's H.A. He'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out,
Entering
and
play
they gave
call,
up no
power,
cutback
there are
angle.
9
You know they're trying to dart
categories,
through.
11 options,
No place for him to go.
26
A nice
selected,
job there, only giving up a 3-yard
AHP
gain.
base.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's a give to H.A.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Concept, medium pass, quick pass. Formation, I form. Close, pocket red. Stutter goes.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Flow. AHP ISO.
Here's a 2nd and 8. A-Chain here. They stay on the ground. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Entering. Opt. Quit. Resume. Call. Shall. Stat. Coaching. Pop. Medical Center is selected. Entering. Player name C. Williams. Player name J. Wilson Jr. Position HG. Injury type bruised sternum. Injury length out for game. Injury length TBG. Injury length TBG. Injury type chest. Position C. Player name C. Williams. Entering franchise.
Take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
AHP ISO.
3rd and 5. On the handoff, it's A-Chain. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Entering play call. Spacing switch. 24 zone open. Gun plan. There are 9. Player. There are 9. Formation. There. Concept. Medium pass. Quick pass. Option. Run. Screen pass. Play action pass. Deep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories.
Mike McDaniel dialing up the risk here a little bit on 4th down. They're going to go for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the
Entering
Dolphins.
play call, special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's Samuel, caught left side. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Call, coach
Sometimes them would be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Robinson up the middle. And some room to work. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Back to Robinson now on first down. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8. And Hal will throw it. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Handoff now to Robinson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
There are 7 categories.
Second and 10. They go play action with Hal. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Hal. This pass hauled in by Dotson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to
Entering
take
play
over.
call.
A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it?
24,
the offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
This drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Entering play call.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them were big, but still overall a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
There are 9. I form. Tight. There are 4. Slot close. Y off close. Tight. Slot close. Y off, slot low, 94 will, zone fit jet. Spacing.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. It's A-Chain on the give. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Screen pass. Play action, keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options.
So 7 yards for the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Entering play call, flood, concept. Medium pass, quick pass, option, run, inside zone, power, 26 duo, AHD base.
A-Chain gets it from the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Option.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
AHD zone WK. Inside zone WK.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. A run now from A-Chain.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Screen pass. Play action. Deep pass. Flood. Switch. Portland. Power cross. Mills. 4 vertical. 4 verticals. 4 verticals. Mill. Port. Switch. Flood.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Medium pass, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, 24 zone, AHB zone WK.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 35-yard line.
Now run by A-Chain. And he'll take this down to the 33.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
This is 2nd and 8. This is A-Chain.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Entering play call inside zone. There are 9 categories. You have 39 options.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You entering option. Quick get, resume. Instant replay. Call to match. Challenge. Super Sim is stats. Pop-up menu. Player stats. Entering screen. Rushing select. Team was. Team Mia. Player name Hiakin. Attempts 31. Yards 82. Yards 61. Attempts 13. Player name B. Robinson Jr. Player name J. Wilson Jr. Attempts 7. Yards 57. You have to.
Back
Entering
now
play
at FedEx Field.
Zone. There
and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That is caught. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
24 zone, AHB zone WK.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's A-Chain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play was going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Right back to A-Chain on second down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain. His third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
There are 9 categories.
Sanders now to have the extra point.
Attempt is selected.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Devon A-Chain.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Here we go. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's second down now.
There are 7
at this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Let's go, man.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Howell. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Let's go now.
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Another throw for Howell. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Another pass attempt. Another incompletion. You figure defensively in the 4th quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing here, Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, They kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Check. Hey, bring it. No.
And once more, Howell back to the air. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll run it. Here's H.A.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. H.A. now up the middle.
Powering forward. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 26.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Selected. 24 zone open. AHP zone WK.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it with A-Chain.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize.
Entering coaching option. Quick game is resume. Coaching option. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center. Depth chart is selected. Slot 2. Slot 1. Player name Tiago Velo. AHP selected. Player name Heakin. Player name J. Wilson Jr. Player name A. Ingold. Player name. Player name A. Ingold. Entering information pop-up. A player cannot start twice on offense. Okay. You have to. Entering
Beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got Beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free.
They run for it. A-Chain.
And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
At their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, Hal loses it. And this is picked up. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
Sanders on
have
for the
15
extra point.
options. Pad attempt is selected.
And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go!
Hal, he'll look to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Entering play call, I form. Close, Kaji red, stutter goes.
A give up the middle to A-Chain.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Tua going to throw.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Double dig. Papel on sale.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he returns this to the 22. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And this offense on third down today, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, is going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Watch out for Hill on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Entering play call, I form. Single back. I form. Close. There. Pocket red. Stutter goes.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
You have 14 options.
2nd down and 8.
First cross is selected.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa completes it to the tight end Smythe. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Jet sweep. Trap. Sweep. Outside zone. Draw.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now this going to be a quarterback draw. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And hang on here, we got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Categories. You have 2 options. Entering frame options. Quick game. Resume. Ins. Call to. Shallow. Super sim is select. Stats. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Coaching. Options. Coaching. Options. Coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center is selected. Entering. Player name J. Player name Tagovailoa. Position QB. Injury type strain tricep. You have entering coach suggestion Y stick.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Third down, here's H8. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Entering plate, kick FG rollout, field goal 54 yards.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Entering play
well,
call.
I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Back to throw. Throw right side going to be complete to DeGuara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Entering play
so the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Back to throw. Howell. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This from 44 yards away. Sly able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is unbelievable.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Automatic first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Howell down to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but
enter option quick game is resume inst call to challenge super sim stats coaching pop-up menu medical center is selected. Entering player name Tiago Velo, position Q, injury type strained tricep, injury length out for game. You have entering franchise
and the scoreboard just
screen,
lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
Categories. You have 14 options. Kayaks versus cross selected. Concept. Play action pass. Deep pass. Medium. Quick pass. Option. Run. Inside zone. 20. AHP zone WK.
On the handoff, it's A-Chain. And he works free. They can't tackle him. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First down, they go back to A-Chain. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play call inside zone.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Zone is selected.
A-Chain here. They stay on the ground. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into commander territory. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Dolphins, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
View player stats, team stats, player stat, team stats. Score summary is selected. Entering screen scoring summary. Total Mia Devinukin 15-yard run. Jason Sanders kick for 21. Mia Devinukin 4-yard run missed kick 11-24.